This is about a YouTuber known as Bowblax. Bowblax got really popular in the commentary community early on because he was friends with people like Augie RFC. He was friends with basically you name a commentary YouTuber, Nicholas Diorio, iDubbbz probably. Anybody in the commentary space knew Bowblax. He's been around for a long time. He used to do this series called Internet Versus. And bro, all I've been seeing everywhere is this dude's downfall. Yeah, I got pictures of him and like dresses. Like that sounds weird. It sounds like I'm just feeling myself to pictures of Bowblax. But no, dude, you go on Twitter and any given day you're seeing a new Bowblax downfall. So I'm very interested to see like a chronological events of what happened and what led to the situation.
What's the most devious way a creator could betray their friends and fans? Is it recording, then leaking private conversations in hopes of exposing them?
Recently, I got into a back and forth with Lorex that has caused a lot of confusion and disappointment to what people have seen me doing, going as far as to call me the next tipster. So let me explain why I was going to leak this call in this.
He literally became the next tipster. He is like just as bad as Tipster. I think Tipster ends up owning him like in like a ridiculous way. He owns him so many times, which Tipster getting an own is just the most sad, pathetic thing in the world.
Stream and why I think Lorex is worth bullying.
Is it criticizing people for abusing the copyright system while doing the exact same thing behind the scenes?
Although I was legally within my right to take down the video, morally and as a content creator, it wasn't something that I should have done.
So I just copyright striked it because it's mine. That's it. It's legal.
Or perhaps it's lashing out at your friends for trying to help you.
5 minutes.
No, that's not an apology. There's no apology. That's explanation. Let me speak, you motherfucker.
Or maybe it's blaming all his behavior on a mental illness he wasn't even diagnosed with. In Bowblax's case, these transgressions were only the symptoms of a war.
I was like, I have super AIDS. Super AIDS doesn't exist, Bowblax. No. I'm retarded.
That drove him to repeatedly take advantage of the community around him, all while playing the victim. Hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and today we'll be examining the poetic downfall of the commentary creator turned lolcow, Bowblax. Why he became popular in the first place, how he maliciously manipulated people into overlooking his hypocritical antics, and what happened after the community decided they'd had enough of his vindictive attitude. Throughout Bowblax's career,
Dude, and I have to say, like, the internet turned on this motherfucker so fast. The commentary community turned on him so fast. It was like one day, Augie RFC was back after, because I used to watch Augie RFC. I used to find him really entertaining. And he just, like, one day fell off of the face of the earth. I think he had to go, like, I think what he told me was he went to a secret, like gay club where they hold everybody hostage and he can have as much sex as he wants with as many gay men as he wants. That's really what I heard from Augie. He told me, yeah, dude, I need to take a couple years in this gay sex dungeon and really live it up, you know? And I said, yeah, dude, man, do your thing, bro. It's, we pimping. And so he took a little bit of time off and now he's back, and he came back just because of all of this Bowblax shit. Because Bowblax used to be one of, like, the regular co-hosts on his show.
as a creator, two fundamental desires have defined his online persona, approach to making content, and behavior around other creators. One, a desire to have his voice heard and recognized, and two, a desire to connect and collaborate with other creators. While these desires are present in any aspiring creator, Bowblax's success and eventual downfall would come from gradually taking them to the extreme. When Bowblax started his YouTube channel back in 2011, these desires manifested as Let's Plays of his favorite Nintendo games and collaboration projects with his online friends.
Sup, faggots? Welcome to the Trashy Trio.
No,
You can call it hashtag Believers.
Oh my god.
Alright.
I know. Have you guys ever looked up Rule 34 Sonic?
The first time I ever saw tits on the internet, Rooch's tits.
However, by October 2016,
I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty fire. See, I miss Let's Plays like that were just fucking unhinged. The modern Let's Play, and this, I have some Let's Play, like, creators that I'm friends with, so don't take this to offense, you fucking pussies. But a lot of Let's Play, or they don't say anything. I prefer when they at least take a little bit of effort to, like, say shit, and, like, because there's Let's Plays out here that are just like, that's a cat. And they're like, no, it's a dog. That's a cat. cat. And then they play for like fucking 12 more hours. They're like, it was a dog. It's so bad, dude. Some of the Let's Plays out here, and it's so overflooded.
Bowblax would take things a step further, with a shift in focus from game commentary to drama commentary, with the video, Why I Think Leafy's Keemstar Rant is Stupid.
Hello, this is Bowblax here. I usually don't make videos like this, but today's a very special exception because I feel like there's been a huge injustice just done in the YouTube community. Well, it's been ongoing for a while, but I feel like this video that Leafy's here made about Keemstar is just super stupid, super dumb. The first 6 minutes of this video is pure intro, pure just stupid Keemstar memes. I'm just gonna skip through all the way to his evidence. As a frequent viewer of Keemstar streams, Twitter videos, and Drama Alert, I'm gonna try to explain why I think this whole thing is wrong and actually try to defend Keemstar, since not a lot of people are doing it, and I think it's stupid, quite frankly, anyway.
Dude, it's so funny that he started by defending Keemstar and then just got like a hair up his ass and decided Keemstar was like ultimate enemy #1. We'll get to that probably, but it is funny how he went from fucking I love Keemstar, put Keemstar, I want your dick in my mouth too. I then think he ends up like actually like manufacturing drama around Keemstar just to try to make him look bad.
While there was nothing wrong with Bowblax sharing opinions, viewers didn't quite agree with his thought process or reasons for defending Keemstar, with a commenter stating, I'm really trying to understand what you were saying and to see your perspective, but your arguments get worse the more I think about and try to understand them, and I just end up hating you even more. Despite the backlash, Bowblax saw this as a sign to double down on drama-related content. After all, people were meaningfully engaging with his content.
That's super important, because I get, here's the thing too, here's the thing what a lot of people don't realize when they put out a video like what I'm doing, this like commentary type stuff. They think that, oh, they see it, they're like, oh, they call it slop, they call it all this shit. You get a lot of people who are fans of that creator see that you made kind of a hit piece, or not, or even if you're not like super overly critical, if you just have anything critical to say of them, that they're going to insult you, because mainly the main people who are going to be searching for that type of shit are going to be his fans. They're going to be the ones who it pops up on their feed, and at first you're going to get a lot of hate, but the thing about it is you're getting more engagement and more people are getting eyes on your channel, and you will eventually get more people to pop in and are like, oh dude, I enjoy your content, oh I'm always here for your videos, and you'll start seeing that more, and that will start growing more, because those people that come in and just hate you, they leave. They don't fucking care. They're only there because of that topic you are covering at that moment. They're not there to see you fucking like rub your nipples every fucking stream. They're not there to fucking watch you make fun of everybody on the internet. They are there for that one creator. But the person who finds it because they're mildly interested, don't really have any attachment this way or that way, those are the people you're looking for. And the more you get those people, the bigger you'll get. And this like to dislike ratio will start to switch over in your favor because you're gaining more fans.
Content, and it was a fresh departure from his previous gaming videos. With every upload, Bowblax steadily built up a small audience that wanted to hear about deleted or hard to find information about controversial figures. Even though it was just archiving other people's content, Bowblax was getting some of the recognition and success he craved. Unfortunately, the increased visibility of his channel came with some unforeseen downsides. By November of 2018, Bowblax's viral video covering a Pokemon and Keemstar controversy would get a copyright claim by a media company associated with Pokemon. Naturally, this
is so amazing. Pokemon's just like always been one of my least favorite creators out there. She's always attacking people. She goes out on the offensive and claim like attacks these people while playing the victim, and I think it's disgusting.
Caused serious outrage, as a much larger creator trying to silence a smaller one is something the community will always stand against. While YouTube later reinstated the video, the copyright controversy with Pokemon proved to be a net positive for Bowblax's career, attracting tens of thousands of new viewers to his channel. Not just that, but other creators would empathize with Bowblax's underdog status in the controversy, which allowed him to deepen connections in the drama community. The most significant of these relationships was with another up-and-coming commentary creator named Augie RFC. Together, they co-host
The fucking GOAT, baby. Augie RFC is the fucking GOAT. This guy is the incel king. Like, that's why, like, there's a lot of people that play the incel online, but Augie RFC's got that shit locked down. He's always been the king of the incels.
hosted the RFC After Hours podcast and discussed any relevant community drama with other commentary creators.
Dude. Yeah, the unhinged nature of the Augie RFC show was what I loved the most. And like some of the reoccurring characters like Nicholas Diorio, yeah, because Augie really like what Augie did was he came into the commentary space when it was kind of in a world of change, right? So you had like Leafy got banned because a little bit of a Pokemon, a little bit because YouTube had a hair up their ass. You had kind of Keemstar moving in a different direction. The commentary space was changing. It was in a world of like disarrangement, like it was fucking all over the place. And what Augie did was he showed up, he started his show, and he started like bringing in some of these other up and coming commentary guys, and they kind of built this like commentary crew. It was like an actual commentary like fucking multiverse that was all centered around Augie RFC. And it's funny that when Augie went fucking like silent on the internet, all hell started breaking loose, and these motherfuckers started going in all sorts of different directions.
Him to deepen connections in the drama community. The most significant of these relationships was with another up-and-coming commentary creator named Augie RFC. Together, they co-hosted the RFC After Hours podcast and discussed any relevant community drama with other commentary creators, such as Tipstar, Nicholas Diorio, John Swan, and TurkeyTom.
Dude, it's so crazy that TurkeyTom, well, TurkeyTom is like now just doing his documentary stuff. Is like his like crazy Tom Dark commentary shit. He's kind of dead on. But it's funny, the only one who's still like actually doing good content is Nicholas Diorio. Like TurkeyTom does TurkeyTom and they're fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but I'm talking about like Tom Dark, the commentary side of TurkeyTom. He's gone dark on that shit. After Hours, go dark, boys. But like and then John Swan had a huge falling out. I don't know all the drama behind that motherfucker, but he like crashed harder than maybe not as hard as Bowblax did, but. And Tipster, but he crashed pretty fucking hard. And then you look at Tipster, he's just a fucking clown. So literally Nicholas Diorio is the only like reasonable voice left in the commentary space out of all these guys.
Obviously I'm with Keemstar on this whole scenario, and I hate Just Destiny, but like seeing Keem's sub count go down right after he mocked me for mine going down a couple days ago, it does feel good, I'm not gonna lie.
Bowblax's place on the podcast simultaneously gave him front row seats to any emerging controversy worth covering on his new Twitterversus series, and a means of reaching new viewers who tuned into the show. By the 11th of April 2020, Bowblax had reached the coveted 100,000 subscriber milestone, and it seemed like things would only get better from there. However, as Bowblax was achieving YouTube success, the desires that spawned his online career were about to start destroying it from the inside out. On the 27th of February 2020, the channel KNN would upload a video titled Bowblax, YouTube content thief admits to stealing content, which, as the title suggests, showcased a very concerning side of Bowblax during a stream with Croaxis.
So you wanted to talk to Bowblax?
What do you want to say, dude?
That's not what I want to say. I'm interested in your thoughts on some things because I've seen you talk many times, Bowblax, about people on YouTube stealing and taking other people's content. And I'm just curious what the reasoning is that you see that makes it okay for you to do that.
Well, typically I will repost content when it's important to me or a certain drama, and only if the original content is inaccessible, like deleted or something.
While this was true for some of the videos on Bowblax's channel, it wasn't the case for the vast majority of his content. And Tom—
Yeah, dude, what he's doing is he's utilizing his good faith ones and then hiding the bad faith ones. He's propping up his arguments that win and completely dodging the questions by utilizing his good faith shit that he's done.
Gasol rightfully called him out for it.
That's still stealing, Bowblax. That's not yours. You don't just get to take other people's content and repost it without doing anything to it.
I did it. I can do what I want.
Dude, I wanted to see Bowblax's like sub count, right? And I typed Bowblax into YouTube, and it's he got fucking tipstered, dog. So this happened to Tipster. Tipster caused so much drama around himself that all you could find about Tipster was everybody fucking everybody fucking shitting on him, bro. Everyone. Oh, dude. Even fucking Mr. Medicare destroyed him. Mr. Medicare's the GOAT of commentary. That dude's like fucking savage. He's been on. I've had him popped up in my channel before, I think. I've talked about him. Mr. Medicare is the fucking GOAT, dude. Cancer Man Jim does not miss. So, you have like all of this shit about fucking Bowblax, but not Bowblax's fucking channel. I did look up like if you type in channel, you do get his channel, obviously, and I think he's still making videos. 2 days ago, yeah. What the fuck is he even making, dude? Twitter versus this morning, yeah, dude. His his view count has like fucking plummeted, dude. He used to get like 40 to over 100,000 K views, to now he's down to 6,000. Like, he's fucking fallen off pretty fucking hard. And it's all because people found out that he was, like, full of shit.
The video.
You can do what you want with other people's content.
Yeah.
You're allowed to do whatever you want with other people's content with no repercussions.
People can criticize me, people can say what they want about it, but,
You're a thief.
you know, if I can get away with it on YouTube, so be it.
It's important to remember that Bowblax had previously called out creators like Susie Lou for stealing and re-uploading other people's content without transformation. Now that he was being criticized for the same thing, Bowblax...
This is a common fucking thing for Bowblax throughout his whole thing, and this is why I never really liked him, is because anytime there was something going on that was like, he would call somebody out and then he would do the same thing. He would call somebody out and then he would do the same thing. It was a pattern that the commentary community overlooked because he was friendly with them for a very long time. And it's kind of funny how these communities work that way, that it's like we don't call out our own because like we don't want infighting and shit until a drama hits them, and then it's like, oh, let's unload the fucking floodgates instead of just putting this guy on blast right away. And it didn't really, they didn't really like fucking put him on blast until Augie RFC came back and just fucking let him get buried.
Bowblax acted very hypocritically and justified his actions by saying that people could call him out, but it didn't matter because he wasn't facing any consequences. When questioned about twisting details about a previous content theft incident, Bowblax boldly admitted to lying to his viewers and fellow creators, only to immediately deny it afterwards.
So why did you edit DMs to try to make things look like someone was coming at you and attacking your channel, when the reality was you were committing something that you are the one doing the wrong thing? You're the one stealing.
The original DM was pretty. It didn't even matter what the original DM was.
No, it did matter what the original DM was.
I literally just said something like, okay, which...
The debate only got more heated when Tonkasaw confronted Bowblax with evidence he couldn't deny.
You tried to negotiate, and then you lied.
I didn't try to negotiate. I was copy-pasting your message because I didn't take.
No, you didn't put it on. No, you put it on Twitter. No, Bowblax.
That's kind of fucking. That's funny, dude. I'm sorry. Like you have a good night blowjob. That's like such a bad insult. Good night, Tonka trucks. You have one day to have my content off of any of your channels. Okay, so I do have to say that a lot of times a lot of people will find that their content's used in a video that's critical of them, and then they'll want that shit just fucking taken down. They want that shit absolutely obliterated, and I think that's fucking stupid. Now, I do think that as long as you are commentating, as long as you are actually putting in some sort of actual fucking merit to the video, putting in some sort of actual talking points, having your own opinions on it, actually going through and commentating, not just standing here looking. Because I've had it where I was wanting to like get into a drama and I clicked on a video and it's just somebody's fucking somebody's face just sitting here. You know, doing nothing, doing absolutely nothing the whole time, and they're just uploading other people's content, and I don't like that. Now, I don't really know all the ins and outs of fair use. I do know, though, if you're just gonna re-upload their video and have, like, 2 to 5 seconds of intro to make it different, that's fucked up. You look at any of my videos that I upload on my channel, they're all almost, at least almost double the length of the original video. Now, sometimes it'll be like an extra, like if it's like a 10-minute video and I only go like 5 extra minutes because it was so streamlined and I only had like a few minutes here and there to insert. That happens from time to time, but usually I about double the length of the original video.
I know you don't care because you're
I-
caught lying again. You're a piece of shit.
I
You're a
went on the
scumbag.
stream and we argued, and you deleted it like a little. And
No, I
uploaded
didn't.
it to my channel.
No, it's not deleted. It's still up right now.
Delete the video? It is
No,
up
it's still up right now.
The whole
And you've been
stream
told
is
multiple
up on my
times that
channel.
you are
The
not
whole
allowed
stream
to
is
take my content.
up. Where I
Bowblax,
argue up
you're
on-
not allowed to take
You
people's
lied.
content.
Answer yes or no. Is your stream?
Bowblax,
We
you're not
argue-
allowed to take my
All right.
content.
Eventually, Bowblax gave up on presenting reasonable arguments and devolved the discussion to a shouting match.
It's that you will steal, and you're like, well, if I can get away with it, it's fine. But you want to try to go out here and make a name for yourself by trying to go at people for stealing.
You want me to stream about your?
I'm glad that you said you stole. I'm glad that you've admitted that you stole now.
Dude, we have it. We have it, boys. We're in the wild. We're in the fucking wild. We're in the trenches. What we have here, boys, is two retards fighting. We have two retards fighting in the jungle. The jungle's wild and dangerous, and we have the two retards standing speaking at each other from both ends of the autism.
I'm glad you did that.
Okay, I stole. Now you know. Now can you answer my question? Jesus,
I'm
why
not
did you take down the
interested.
stream?
I'm not
Why
interested
did
in
you
the
take it down?
questions
I
of a
wanted
thief.
We put our kids to bed.
I'm not interested in the questions of a thief. Nobody went into this a lot. This is why I don't think I'll ever be like debating on YouTube and shit, because I don't see any point to it, because it always turns out into spurg matches. Now, I could see going in and just having it be a spurg match for the fact that spurg matches are fun. They get views. But I don't think like there's ever a point to like get into these debates, because all it does is make you look like an asshole. Unless you absolutely obliterate them, but even their fan base is going to think you're the loser that you lost too. So there's really no winning to these type of debates. It's like when I saw Hassan trying to get Asmongold to jump on there and debate. I'm like, I would never. Why? What's the point? What's the point? Just to like fucking argue on stream to try to bolster yourself? Because nobody's going into this shit trying to like actually understand the other side. They're going in to just scream at each other like fucking screech monsters.
The most disturbing part of this interaction wasn't Bowblax's admission to stealing content or maliciously doctoring messages he shared publicly. It was how he quickly resorted to shouting and irrational behavior when backed into a corner, something that would become a running theme in Bowblax's career going forwards. For now, the content theft allegations from Tonka were largely discredited by Nicholas Diorio, which allowed Bowblax to come out of the situation unscathed.
You're just mad that he re-uploaded your stream, right? That's what's something that's bothering you. That he re-uploaded your stream.
He re-uploads Drama Alert.
No,
he re-uploads
dude,
Gabby
you complained
Hanna,
about this
whoever
like
the
15 minutes
He
ago.
re-uploads J Station. He re-uploads Bumpy
Yeah,
King.
he re-uploads videos
Drama
that are
Alert.
taken down. That's called an archive, dumbass.
However, Bowblax's
and I think there is a thing that's like could be said about having an archive. It does do a benefit, I think, to the internet having archived stuff out there. But at the end of the day, that is stealing content, right? That is uploading somebody else's content. Now, I understand that it can get a kind of a heated debate on that, but in terms of legality, it is not your content, so it's not technically fair use. A lot of these archive channels are like living off of the will of the kind of the niceness of most of the internet community. Kind of there's kind of like an unwritten rule: don't copyright claim people, right? Don't go around copyright claiming people. It's cringe. And the only time you really see it be a problem is when people are constantly re-uploading only one person's video, and it's no added context. They're just re-uploading the same stream, the same shit, no extra context, no clipping, no making it shorter to kind of highlight a point that they wanted to get across of how like this person's scummy, so they put the most scummy moments from their podcast. Nothing's changed. They're just re-uploading it, and that technically isn't under fair use. Not technically, it 100% legitimately isn't under fair use. So it kind of makes you look like an ass, and that's why I always try to come in here, and when I pick things that for this channel that I know that I can add something to, that I know that that I can actually like go through and have my own opinions, have my own thought process built in.
Positive public perception wouldn't last long, as he was about to be called out as a hypocrite yet again. In late 2020, an archive of Bowblax singing an edgy Black Lives Matter song in 2016 resurfaced online, and instantly went viral in the drama community.
Some people don't know the struggle of being fucking black. We always get bullied. We always get bullied. Cause we are black. Black lives matter. All the blacks should die. Don't mean to us. Might as well kill yourself. Black lives matter. Oh, black lives matter.
While no one took offense to the video and just laughed at
I forgot about this, dude. This shit's so funny. I think he copyright claimed everybody who put this re-uploaded this. I'm pretty sure he fucking like spurred out and was so scared to get drama pushed his way, because a lot of these drama guys hate being like a part of the drama, right? They like making fun of people. They like spurring up the drama. This is what happened to iDubbbz. iDubbbz was the big man on campus, and then he got fucking taken down a peg by Sam Hyde, and ever since he's been in disarray because people like make fun of him, and he can't handle that. He likes being the guy that makes fun of other people, and that's the problem with a lot of these guys, is they can't point and laugh at themselves.
it. Bowblax didn't like that it was available and copyright struck re-uploads of the song.
Basically what happened is, people were re-uploading the Black Lives Matter song, and I was like, you know what, I don't feel comfortable with this being up and readily available for people to watch, so I just copyright striked it because it's mine. That's it. It's legal.
It's one thing to copyright strike a video, but
It's legal. It's literally what you did. He fought on this, he fucking lived and died on this position until it made him look bad.
it's a whole different story when you copyright someone after getting your lucky break for outing someone as a copyright abuser. When other creators and fans confronted him on it, Bowblax claimed that it was just an intoxicated mistake.
I was in my copyright tab, and I was trying to take down re-uploads of the Black Lives Matter song, which was a bad judgment call. Again, it wasn't false for some of them, but it was a bad judgment call, so I undid those two. But in the crossfire, I had a transformative one come up, and I accidentally striked it as soon as I figured that out, which was only like 10 minutes after I contacted YouTube support, and within a couple days, it went back up, and then he deleted it to make it look like it's still down. So I'm not a fucking false flagger. I'm not a fucking deplatformer. Shut the fuck up. You're retarded. And we want to compare to like the Pokimane copyright strike or whatever. It's like, I talked with Pokimane, she apologized, I accept the apology, I was trying to give her benefit of the doubt in so many ways. This is not the same situation in the slightest, alright?
No matter how Bowblax wanted to spin it, he was doing the exact same thing as Pokimane, and even though he couldn't recognize it, his close friends did.
I genuinely don't believe you accidentally struck the Black Lives Matter video after you sat with me for fucking days telling me how angry you were that it was getting views. I don't believe you accidentally struck the Black Lives Matter video when after talking about for like fucking weeks that this fucking Black Lives Matter song was bothering you. And then when you were high, somebody gave you the idea to go strike it, and you're like, that's a great idea.
Yes, exactly.
It's
yes,
the
exactly.
Guy. It's the guy who like literally his first.
And I know why it's bad. Yes, I know why it's bad.
You don't know why, because we had to sit here and fucking argue with you why. And if we've talked about all this publicly, you have no fucking problem with me, and I don't know who else was in the call. It was either John or Tom. We're having to explain to you.
Dude,
why...
I gotta say, this gameplay on screen is mad fucking ass, because every time he's thrown the chili pepper, he hasn't gotten even close to hitting that fucking ghost pussy licking machine. That's what a tongue is called, a pussy licking machine. But he hasn't gotten close to hitting it the right way even once, bro. He's going absolutely fucking super retard mode on this gameplay.
Your fucking stupid strike made our fucking archive argument look really dumb.
Once again, Bowblax was caught red-handed during a confrontation, and again, he'd resort to irrational outbursts to get his way.
One who asked.
Your apology in an hour and 45 minutes.
No, that's not an apology. There's no apology. That's explanation. Let me speak. You fucker. You motherfucker. You fucking bitch! My apology is not in there! My apology was oh my god! You didn't even watch the clip! Why
I love the retard bug out. We got what in it, boys. We watching him fucking go full anti-giggity schmoodle mode. Nicholas Diorio came in and he's like, I have the giggity schmoodle. This is the giggity schmoodle right here, Bowblax, you stupid taint wagon. But you can't handle the giggity schmoodle, and Bowblax is just like
saying shit without watching the clip. Just fucking watch my shit and actually like listen to what I fucking say, dude.
As dramatic as Bowblax's outburst was, it didn't escalate things any further, nor cause any lasting damage to his reputation. Granted, it was a foolish way to respond to genuine criticism, but at the end of the day, the argument occurred among friends. In addition, Bowblax had removed the copyright strikes, so everyone was willing to look past it and give him a second chance. This gradually led to the "let me speak" line becoming less of a stain on Bowblax's reputation, and more of a funny moment everyone could laugh about.
Also,
But if you're the killer, you would say you would have seen me there, Bowblax.
I would
You
also
jumped through a
still
vent.
let me speak.
Okay, hang on. Dude, that sealed my vote.
I don't think
That
Nick
is
is
so
crafty
annoying.
enough.
Nick.
With that blunder behind him, Bowblax quietly returned to his usual schedule of Twitter verses and RFC after hours content.
Well, and here's the thing, like, you can tell he starts going after, like, he goes after Keemstar a lot, tries to be, like, disingenuous. He, like, puts Keemstar on blast always, because he became just like a, I'm gonna hunt Keemstar down at all costs kind of guy too. And this is like where he started becoming, you could tell that Bowblax started manufacturing drama and trying to make people look bad just to keep his channel going, keep popularity, which is super disingenuous and takes you away from all credibility. Also, I think that another thing is, it's like he was friends with all these people, so none of these people wanted him to just be blasted out because it's their friend. They want to be there for their friends, and they did the same thing for Tipster until Tipster got like almost like there was no way to defend Tipster anymore. He was too much of a douchebag, and he wasn't a good friend anymore. And that's kind of what happened to Bowblax too. They were there for him. They were going to call him out in kind of a friendly way, but they were going to call him out when he needed to be called out. But at the end of the day, you can only do that so much, and he stops being your friend because he's making your life too hard.
the start of 2021, Bowblax had doubled his subscriber count and seemingly erased all traces of his prior transgressions. Unfortunately, not every creator in Bowblax's friend group was afforded the same level of mercy and forgiveness. Individuals like Tipster, John Swan, and Flamenco would be exiled from the RFC After Hours community following their own controversial blunders. One by one, each of these creators would succumb to the drama they once—
I 100% said this earlier. I forgot about this guy, but these two fucking fell out hard. I mean, Tipsters consistently just kept falling down, though. It wasn't just like he had one bad transition. It was like it was like watching the stocks of Ubisoft going down.
Covered, and Bowblax was there documenting it all. While it was okay to talk about these incidents regardless of their friendship, Bowblax took things to the extreme and made it personal. With Tipster in particular, Bowblax would make several bully streams dunking on his former friend.
Looks like you're getting a 32.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, Tipster like fell down so hard that a lot of these guys thought that— not a lot of these guys, so some of them were like genuinely trying to like criticize him and say all of his fuck ups and like show it. Bowblax took it as like, this is what Bowblax does. Bowblax takes it as like on a personal assault and then turns it into this fucking I'm gonna destroy him every second of every day. And he's done it with like so many people, and it gets to the point where he's manufacturing drama, and then you're no longer like just a commentary guy. You're fucking just propagating bullshit to make yourself look better.
And in every way imaginable. On one hand, Tipster's lolcow status made him an easy target, and no one was going to fault him for poking fun at that. On the other hand, Bowblax barely hesitated to turn against someone he once called a friend, and rarely showed any of the former members of the RFC After Hours the same forgiveness he received. Either way, it was clear that Bowblax was more than willing to throw his friends under the bus the moment it became beneficial to do so. Unfortunately for Bowblax, he was about to face yet another self-inflicted controversy. But this time, the community wasn't going to give him the benefit of the doubt. By mid-2024, Oggy RFC had been on a year-long break, and Bowblax was becoming increasingly—
and we already covered what he was doing on that break. Giant gay sex dungeon. He was hiding in a giant gay sex dungeon, having all the gay incel sex that he could possibly have, until he contracted enough STDs that he was finally banned from the gay sex dungeon and finally allowed to make content again. That's really what happened. He just was like, I need a break. This gay sex dungeon looks nice. I'm gonna just like get as many STDs as possible and then come back to content when nobody wants to fuck me anymore.
Motivated to create content due to implied mental health issues. So even though he was at his peak numbers-wise with 300,000 subscribers, Bowblax wasn't in the best shape emotionally.
By the way, he has lost a shitload of subscribers since then, right? So this whole, like, his whole fucking downfall is one for the ages, bro. And like, you look at like his channel, I mean, he only lost 4K subs, but like that, like he's only lost subs. and he's consistently just not even getting views anymore. Now, if anything, he'll either keep losing subs or go completely stagnant, because it just doesn't. You can't even, like, you look up his name and it's not even his channel anymore that pops up. It's literally drama videos about him. Everyone shitting on Bowblax is more relevant than Bowblax himself.
And lacked access to a community that would give him the validation or respect he craved. This led Bowblax to fixate on the quickest source of validation available to him: Twitter likes. Around July 2024, Bowblax tried to virtue signal on Twitter with a post that read, "Non-binary people are badass and valid, by the way," to which TurkeyTom replies, "Thank God you chimed in." Under normal
it's like, thank you, Bowblax, because anybody gave a shit what you thought.
circumstances, that would have been the end of the conversation. But Bowblax couldn't handle the fact that people weren't taking him seriously, and responded with, "Okay bro, I just wanted to say something I was thinking." Like tweeting, "I love pineapple on pizza. I'm not trying to virtual signal. Sucks that I can't compliment something without it becoming a big deal, because it's politically and socially divisive." Overcome with embarrassment, Bowblax immediately deleted the thread, but it was archived just as quickly by the user Alex Gekmo.
Bro gets ratioed, gets mad. Like, even if you would have said, "I like pineapple on pizza," the TurkeyTom's fucking tweet would have still been as funny. It's not like he fucking said non-binary people suck or some bullshit. All he said was, "Thank God you chimed in," and Bowblax spurgs the fuck out, which is glorious.
However, the archives were strangely taken down some time later. This entire interaction would have gone completely unnoticed if Alex had not provided some behind-the-scenes context on why the post was taken down. A month or so ago, Bowblax went on a schizo rampage in my DMs, begging me to delete the tweet I am quoting here. After I obviously stood my ground, he got super aggressive. When that didn't work, he just started rambling in my DMs until I stopped responding. Looking at their DMs, Bowblax attempted to use mental illness as an excuse to manipulate Alex into removing his archive, with statements like, "Can you please delete the tweets? Sorry to ask, but I've legit had a mental break. Sorry for the trouble. I know it sounds gay, but I do legit need a mental refresh, and I'm gonna touch grass for a week." Even though Alex—
Then who cares what he fucking posted? Just go touch grass, dog. He's like, "Could you take it down? I'm fucking retarded. I'm sorry, dude. I'm being too retarded on the internet. I'm an internet retard and I can't handle this. It's too tough for me. It hurts my feelings." So fucking big commentary takedown guy is getting hurt in the fucking feelings right now. It's pretty gay.
Alex tried to explain the tweets were harmless and suppressing them would only cause problems. Bowblax still demanded that they'd be taken down. Reading, "So you just lied when you said you'd delete shit about me if I said I was going through it? You can't just do that and expect me to respect you. I also said no offense, you pussy." As if that wasn't bad enough.
I want you to know that you have fucking ugly nipples. You're pretty fucking gay looking. You look like a Down syndrome dog. I want you to know that. But no offense though, homie. We keeping it real here.
Bowblax blocked Alex even after he gave in to his aggressive demands, and listened to his endless excuses of going through a mental crisis from other parts of his life. For someone that built his entire brand on archiving tweets like this, Bowblax was very quick to hide information that painted him in a bad light. Before the community could properly criticize Bowblax for his hypocritical DMs with Alex, another controversy involving him was about to take shape, adding even more fuel to the fire. A few hours earlier, one of Bowblax's tweets about a situation involving the creator King of Nothing earned him a few harsh but honest words from Nicholas.
I think Sonic Josh tried to run defense for it, and he's like, "Well, actually, this own gets kind of ruined when you notice that King of Nothing has double the likes." And it's like, my video has more likes. My video has tons of likes. It's like, it's so obvious he's just parroting again. Listen, I get it. Josh likes to both sides, like every controversy or whatever, just to try to like check in and make sure everyone knows they're friends and stuff. But we all know whichever one of us slights you first, you're going to spend the next 6 months on stream talking shit about. So why don't we...
That's 100% true, and I'm so glad that Nicholas Diorio and all these people started to catch on that Bowblax, when he gets slighted, he takes it as a personal fucking vendetta and goes on the fucking warpath. There's a few of these commentary guys that are like this. They take hyper fixation on one person, and they make them once they slight them, they make them the biggest enemy of all time and try to strawman and fucking gaslight their audience into believing every fucking shitty thing they say about him, even if it's not true.
We just speed that process up a little bit. I don't know. I don't know. What are we running defense for him on Twitter and tell me everything he says in private, or what are we doing here? What side are we on? Are we picking a side? Yeah, I don't know.
Despite Bowblax's two-faced attitude, Nicholas didn't think it was anything worth condemning him over, and simply wanted him to be better.
I have no intention of cutting Josh off. I just wanted to, I felt like I needed to check him. I don't know. There's one thing.
Speaking of people who get vendettas, I like Chud Logic from time to time, but Chud Logic is 100% a vendetta guy. He's a vendetta guy. He gets a hair up his ass about somebody, and he hyper focuses like a fucking spurg. Now, that can be like beneficial for content and shit, especially if you're deep diving on somebody. But it's almost like he will take any minute thing and turn it an anthill into a fucking mountain over nothing. I've seen him do it for over a few content creators where I'm like, I won't even like the guy, and I'm like, all right, Chud, you're being a little bit fucking disingenuous here.
I never liked about like the way that he operates, and he knows this. I've told it to him plenty of times. You know when like you're having sex with somebody and you say like, no, "This is this okay with you? Are you good right now? Is this cool or whatever?" Like getting like reinforcement. Josh does that in like every fabric of drama.
Unfortunately, that opinion would
Chud Logic did the joke there. He was like, you know when you're like having sex with somebody, he's like, no idea. I'm an incel, baby. Nicholas Diorio just powered through that joke so hard, bro. He just fucking was straight coming right through it.
Change after Bowblax was called into a stream to address the DMs from Alex.
But yeah, everything I've told Nick is what I've told King of Nothing. So it's like yeah, I shit talk him, but I do to his face and I do it to Nick.
No, I'm talking about you giving Nick information about King of Nothing, about private conversations.
Yeah.
What? How is that? That's not you giving the criticism to King of Nothing. You're leaking stuff to Nick.
I'm saying like it's me talking with a friend.
Sorry, he's doing generic like gossip, the same thing that everybody else does.
This is fucking retarded. Like we're
you
adults.
You were leaking a bunch of shit about King of Nothing to Nick. You were hearing things from private conversations, then giving them to his enemies.
Gossiped about my friends to my friends.
That makes you seem like a rat.
My friends, like a fucking normal human adult.
In his defense, Bowblax claimed he had explicit approval from the King of Nothing to share the DMs, which would make him look like less of a snake. However, the fact that Bowblax was still gossiping to both parties about each other raised some red flags.
In his videos, he doesn't fucking care. That's what I love about Sam, dude. He doesn't give a shit. That's why I'm so... Like, I actually like gossiping to Sam. Like, I'm being
really, how does that work when you were just saying just then?
Fuck, I misspoke. I misspoke. I shouldn't even be talking. If I'm gonna misspeak one time, I meant that I gossiped to Nick about King of Nothing. Dude, okay, I'm done.
Okay. For the moment, Bowblax was about to avoid criticism by rage quitting the call, but he couldn't stop people from covering it, and it was only a matter of time before his childish tantrums got him into even more trouble. By the 11th of September 2024, Bowblax began leaking a Discord call with lyrics to various creators and tried to get them to co-sign his idea of using the call for a bully stream. It was later revealed that Bowblax wasn't too fond of how lyrics covered his recent controversy and wanted to use the call to get revenge. The call wasn't special, it was mostly lyrics trying to encourage and help his friend navigate the current drama, both of which Bowblax desperately needed to hear.
I hope you take care of yourself, man.
Yeah, I am.
From the sounds of things are pretty rough right now, but I want to see Bowblax thrive and succeed and win. You know?
Yeah, for sure. All right.
For some reason,
what Bowblax heard is, I want to fucking kick your dog and then blow up your Tesla. And he was like, I will make you ultimate enemy of the Empire. I will scourge upon your entire family. And fucking this guy was just like, oh yeah, dude, maybe stop being such a loser. And he's like, you called me a loser. This will be your last transgression, you fucking vagina face.
Bowblax thought this was sufficient ammunition to slander lyrics, and despite everyone advising him against it, he uploaded the bully stream anyway.
Hey everyone, Mayo Monkey here, and I wanted to take a moment to respond to the situation that happened on Twitter a few days ago, and kind of give my thoughts on the matter. In the past, when situations have gone on involving me, I've just kind of taken it laying down and allowed people to come to their own conclusions or whatever, and I've decided I'm not going to do that this time. Recently, I got into a back and forth with the Rex that has caused a lot of confusion and disappointment to what people have seen me doing, going as far as to call me the next tipster. So let me explain why I was going to leak this call in this stream.
And if you, just like Tipster, if you look up his name in the YouTube search bar, you do not find his channel anymore because he became a lolcow. Yeah, it was a self-fulfilled prophecy, my friend. You fucking said the quiet part out loud and you became exactly that, you pussy-ass bitch.
And why I think Lorex is worth bullying.
A few hours after the live stream aired, Bowblax seemingly realized the error of his ways and took it down. In a bid to mitigate the overwhelming backlash, Bowblax made
I think I know what's coming. Somebody reposted it and he tried to copyright claim them.
A public apology to Lyrics and acknowledged his unprovoked betrayal. Unfortunately, the damage was already done, and from what Nicholas revealed on his stream, Bowblax seems to have a history of maliciously backstabbing his friends.
But like the big thing for
he didn't take the thing down. That would have been hilarious if he just fucking doubled down on striking people for archiving his own shit. Would have been so funny.
me, and Josh won't deny this because he knows I can prove it, is Josh was telling me privately he was hoping that King of Nothing would backstab him. You know his good friend that he's probably crying to right now in Discord? Okay, he was hoping that his friend would backstab him so he could farm him on stream for money. So, all right, it's not just like, oh wow, you're not going against current narrative. This guy's blowing me privately, dude.
In addition,
and this is what makes Bowblax such a bad faith actor, is one, like I said, he finds somebody who pisses him off, and then he just hyper focuses on him, and he also plays the snake in the grass where he's your friend, but he wants you secretly to fall down because he got so much engagement off of taking down John Swan and Tipster that he wants his own friends to fall again and him look like the virtuous one in his own friend group. He's wanting these people to fucking fail. He wants everybody around him to make one little slip up so he can burn their entire career.
Nicholas would share some messages and details about how Bowblax has been lying to him privately.
A couple days later, he sends me like, and I swear to God, this is what got me. He sends me a hospital wristband. And I've been fucking running this in my head, right? And I didn't know what I wanted to say because I don't know how much I can say here. And I'm not going to say the name of the condition he claimed to have been diagnosed with. He told me that he had a disorder. And in that moment, and I'm almost positive he's told me he's had it since then, but in that moment, he told me he was 99% sure he was diagnosed with a disorder.
Apparently, Bowblax had been using that disorder to explain why he was acting up, and led everyone to believe that he was getting help for it.
Well, not only that, he told me he was being medicated for this diagnosis. Okay,
we got a Boogie 2988 situation. Fucking Bowblax faking cancer. Let's go, baby.
They were medicating him. He told me this disorder made him stop hating Tommy C. All right, he's bettering himself. You're laughing. You're laughing. I told you my friend has a disorder, and you're laughing. No, listen. I wanted to believe this was true, because I like Josh and I feel bad for Josh, and I wanted to believe he was doing something that would be helpful for him. But after the Chud Logic stream, I called him and he told me that he's not even sure he has it. I thought he was diagnosed. I thought he was medicated. This is like...
I'm diagnosed with being a little pussy. Doctors told me you had the biggest vagina any man has ever had. I don't know how this is possible. This is breaking down walls for the transgender transgender activist movement. You are the first man with the biggest pussy in the world. We don't know how it is possible. You just grew one inside of you because you're such a vagina face. You're like, cool, I'm gonna run with that. And then the doctor was like, yeah, I was being sarcastic, you fucking dipshit.
Boogie's cancer.
At this point, it was clear that Bowblax had no issue lying, manipulating, or backstabbing his friends. It didn't matter how minor or major the problem was. Bowblax was willing to betray the people closest to him to maintain his ego. Not only that, but he'd find any excuses imaginable to justify it when he gets exposed. For a while, this strategy went unpunished. But this time, people were going to hold him accountable. The next day, Augie returned to streaming and hosted the debate between Nicholas and
Dude, this was glorious. I actually watched this. I watched it when I saw Augie RFC had finally re-emerged from the gay sex dungeon. I was like, it's time. It's time, dude. He's This was like when Baited came back to fucking slap all 3 of their dicks on top of I Am Alex's head. For I Am Alex's being an absolute fucking spurg abuser. I was in it, dude. I was back again, dude. It was like we were getting glory days of drama back. And since this all happened, I feel like drama on the internet has been so tasty and sweet. I feel like we are finally getting back to like the glory hole days of the drama community.
Bowblax. According to Augie, the debate was organized this way because he wanted both parties to be on neutral ground.
Nick challenges Bowblax. On the air, he challenges Bowblax to a confrontation. So I start thinking, I'm like, wait a minute, hold on now. What if I just host a confrontation, right? Because it would make no sense for Bowblax to call into Nick's stream, right? Why would Bowblax call into a stream that's hostile towards him? Just out of, you know, the whim of my own curiosity, I messaged Bowblax.
Well, that and you were banned from the gay sex dungeon from all the STDs and you were bored just sitting at home looking at your barnacle-covered dick. Those are all things that were working hard against you. So you were like, I need to get back into content. And this is perfect, dude. I can mediate a debate.
Just Nick. And to my fucking surprise, they agreed.
From Bowblax leaking the lyrics call to slandering people he disliked and blaming it on BDP, Augie and Nicholas did not hold back while confronting him with his many sins against the community. However, as the stream went on, it became less of a debate and more of a game trying to get Bowblax to acknowledge his wrongdoings.
Okay, so what was your thought process in hindsight? Just plain English, what was your thought process and why you thought that call was valuable to publish?
Basically, he had a misunderstanding of me. I try to explain the misunderstanding, and he says he understands, but also still thinks I'm a liar.
So, I guess you're mad because, to paraphrase, because he disagreed with your assessment of how the call went.
Of how the Boo Boss call went? Yeah.
And how does that reflect on his character? Because you said you were going to do a bully stream on him. I'm wondering what your initial angle was.
The initial angle for the bully stream is that he said like, oh, I wish you the best or whatever. But then I see like multiple days later, he's still doing a stream on me. So I like poke him a little bit in the chat and he like gets really desperate. Like, oh, where's the Bowblax content? Oh, let's bring Queen in. Oh, I need Bowblax. And I'm like, if you mean the best for me, like, why are you being so desperate to like make content out of me days after the fact?
Eventually, they got Bowblax to admit that he'd been lying about the BDP diagnosis all along.
That's why it's a bully.
Yep, you heard it right there. He had the big dumb pussy disease, and I think the doctor was actually wrong in not diagnosing him because he is a big dumb pussy. He got the super big dumb pussy disease, and there was no way of stopping it.
Thought it was BPD.
Yeah, you ran to Alex and you said, hey, please don't leak. I have BPD. I got new meds. I'm sorry for freaking out. The freak out being the conversation you had. This is why I think what you're doing is bad. You also sent messages to Alex saying, hey, listen, please don't leak my messages. I'm not myself right now. You can leave the tweets up if you want, but yeah, I'd appreciate it if you didn't mention this DM convo. And I'm not being crazy because of this tweet. It's because of other things in my life.
Yeah, I lied about having BPD. I thought I had BPD.
One after the other, Bowblax's lies and acts of betrayal were laid bare for everyone to see.
It's right, I don't have BPAD. I have super AIDS. And Augie chirps in right away. He's like, you don't even understand what a super AIDS is, son. I have to fucking shekel barnacles off of my dick every single day.
And even Lyrics joined the call to question not just his actions, but his motives.
Bowblax, why did you record the call in the first place?
Because I was frustrated with you not accepting or calling me like a liar and a manipulator, and I wanted to have the conversation with you, and then I recorded it so I could.
Here's the thing. I've had different Discord calls with developers and stuff in the past, and the first thing I always say, and this is something if you ever plan on like if you're like, oh, if I want to use this later, I would be forefront with it. Be right away. Say, is it okay if I like record this call so that I can utilize it either for a stream later, or I can utilize it for my own information to add more context to a video I'm making, or is it okay if I record this call? And if they say no, don't fucking record the call. It's that plain and simple. Or if you say I'm gonna record the call for my own use later, but I'm not gonna utilize any of it for a video, don't use it for a fucking video. Like, just be a dude by your fucking word, dude, or just be fucking honest about the situation. Don't show up like a fucking annoying little cum falcon and then grab the call and post only the parts that you want people to hear online to make the other guy look like an asshole because you're being a disingenuous fucking cum goblin.
Listen back to it later and
It's because he was mean.
So you recorded the call before even raining me, so you can already like listen back to it later.
Listen back to it to see, you know.
What does that even mean, dude?
Like, and here's the thing, this wouldn't have been a deal if he said, hey, do you mind if I record, if you record all calls that happen, be like, hey, I record all the calls, for later use later, if that's not okay with you, I don't have to do that, I won't do that, just be fucking forefront, and this shit won't pop off in your fucking face, you won't be sitting there drowning in fucking menstruation fluid, dog, you are over here acting like, you're like, this huge victim, I'm not having to make all these excuses, when you could have just been forefront from the very fucking beginning.
Instinctively, Bowblax tried to justify his malicious behavior by claiming that Lyric started it by calling him a manipulator, but Nicholas quickly reminded him that that assessment was the objective truth.
What was the danger, Bowblax? What kind of situation did you think you were entering? You think you're entering the Coliseum and a phone call on me?
You were sending it to anyone who wanted to see it.
You were calling me a liar and a manipulator.
You are a liar and a manipulator.
So what I said on my stream is that you're being manipulative in the 2020 Boo Boss shit. I guess the manipulative is like the equivalent to the N-word to you, that you can't even utter this around you or else you'll have like an insane episode.
It's not fucking, listen, it's not retarded. He has a whole video on his channel about how it doesn't bother him. But God help me, I have seen the word ableist more times in this past 2 months than I've ever read it from Josh before.
Seeing no other way to deny it,
dude, this is where people get like fucking caught in this victimhood mentality, buzzword, perpetual victim world, is that they start using shit like ableist. They start getting into this the very fucking progressive ideology shit where they see that they can utilize it as a shield, because it's fucking never actually about the fact that they are these things. It's how can I utilize this to make me look right? And that's my problem with a lot of this shit, because like I have no problem with you being like fucking non-binary or fucking like super like Spurg monster. I don't care about any of that shit, but don't utilize it to then like as a shield. Don't fucking Captain America shield all of the arguments against you because you decided you have this shit wrong with you. All that does is make me think that you're fucking ableist as a shit. Like if you want to use your own shit against you, use that own fucking buzzwords against you, you're saying that people with the same disorder as you are too fucking stupid and can't handle actually having an argument, or like a good faith argument, and all that does is make like anybody else who's sitting in the same position as you look weaker and more fucking retarded. That's my problem with this shit, is by trying to be the little progressive fucking virtue signaling cum monster, all you're doing is making everybody out here who's making good faith arguments of the same disorder or social diagnostic or whatever we're fucking calling it nowadays, look bad too, and you're making them look like assholes. You're making everybody else in your little fucking world look like fucking dipshits.
Bowblax caved in and explained the thought process behind leaking the call.
What was the reason why you even leaked the call to Smaggle and like showed it around, I guess like to Toastify and other creators too? What was that reason on the night of 9/11? What was that?
I wanted to.
I leaked them because I was so sad about the towers going down in 2001. In 2001, when the planes hit the towers, I was really sad, and because it affected me on such an emotional level, which you wouldn't understand because you guys are fucking assholes, I wanted to leak the call. It's all because of the terrorists on 9/11. I want you to know that.
Get validation for my feelings on the call. So I wanted to like shop it around to see like if people agreed with me.
So you had this call with me, and unless that I agreed with you, you were going to leak this to other people.
Because I wanted to. Okay. I wanted to.
He's sitting there trying to make. I wanted to. How does this not make me look like an asshole? Why isn't anybody defending me like usual? I have big pussy disorder.
If I was right about being angry about this call.
You'd think that Bowblax would at least be somehow honest with his friends by now, but that wasn't the case, as they caught him in yet another lie.
So Connor writes Bowblax on September 12th at 3:29 p.m. He says, interesting. Well, obviously this is a lot of content to watch, so if you had to summarize your criticisms for why he's like a monkey in a couple sentences, what would you say? So I can know what is going on into it. Bowblax says, he called me a manipulative liar and that he wants to see succeed and not burn bridges with. He was super harsh but dick sucky at the same time. It's gonna make for great Mayo Monkey content next year, lol. To be honest, the streams you can skip, but listen to the call on 2x speed. It's so nuts.
Yeah, I definitely pitched it the harshest to Connor for sure, but yeah.
You call that pitching it?
I mean, you're outright
Yeah.
telling him what you're
Here's the pitch. I'm going to utilize this guy for content for the next year. I am only going to hyper focus on any little thing he could do wrong because he slighted the Emperor. Emperor Bowblax is here to show you how everybody else is big dumb pussies. Not me, despite what the doctor had told me.
Catching, so
You're outright telling him what your intentions are.
After 2.5 hours of getting confronted with the reality of his actions and the inevitable impact on his reputation, Bowblax decided he'd had enough and left the call.
Alright, well, I feel like we've reached our conclusion here.
Alright, good.
You guys just
I think the conclusion is like just going to show everyone why no one should want anything to do with you.
All right, well, Keemstar wants in.
Wait, no, wait.
Wait. Oh wait, he left.
No.
He left.
Bowblax knew there was no coming back to the commentary community.
It sucks because it got really interesting. I felt really bad. TurkeyTom had like this whole like Rick and Morty skit planned. He had this whole fucking thing going, and Bowblax left before anybody else could have any fun. He left before anything interesting else could happen, and Keemstar and fucking TurkeyTom were just sitting there with their thumbs up their asses for the rest of that show. Like TurkeyTom looked legitimately hurt that he couldn't do his bit
after leaving the stream like that. So, to protect his pride, he blocked all of his former friends. In response, Nicholas felt it was time to show viewers just how unhinged Bowblax could be when someone wounds his pride.
These are DMs from Bowblax Lewis to you guys, I McClung. presume.
Yeah, one of them's out already.
I helped build the community that you're setting my standards to. Density is not cool. He is not my friend. I hate him. Tippetster I hate as a meme is hate Density. He is Vival. He is not friend everyone but you knows this. Literally, like 20 YouTubers know my behind the scenes opinion on him. I didn't need your snarky optics check. Fucking DM me next time. Zero respect. I'm asking for bare fucking minimum, dude. Bare fucking minimum. Wow.
Ironically, this is—
Dude, before that, we gotta check this out. We gotta see this. Hold on.
She
Screaming. Dude,
there's cock at this point.
this is July 20. Good short in that time. Dude, Jaden would've
Shut
loved
the
Aiden,
fuck up.
But
He's the—
Dude, do we get TurkeyTom in this one? Was this the TurkeyTom stream? My thoughts on Bowblax featuring Nicholas. Oh no, Aiden. No. This isn't it. Hold on. We gotta find this, dude.
Okay, I got it.
We gotta find this. We gotta find the
Lewis McClung.
Hold on. He live streamed this. Okay, 2 months ago. Yeah, the end right here.
I was wrong.
And you half of his money, half of his 80.
Right here. Hold on.
They're the same.
This is why you're in the shit that you're in all the time. Is you won't take the fucking L. You won't be fucking truly on. A specific confrontation or whatever, but
wait,
You're good. That's all I want to do. I want to have
What
a.
did you want to say? I'm sorry. He just ran when I was adding you in.
That's all right. Augie, do you want to show my camera real quick? I feel like kind of a fucking dumbass right now because I had this whole fucking bit planned. And now I'm
He's in a fucking Rick and Morty mask in a suit with fucking Mr. Beast. And whatever I can't remember fucking this person's name. I remember they had the drama, but look.
The fuck is this?
Okay. I had a fucking bit planned, Augie. Okay, I had a whole thing.
Dude.
What the fuck? I had all this shit. I might as well just show some of it that I have here. Holy fuck.
Nick, can you tell me you'll give him the 2,000?
Shut the fuck up, Hayden.
I was planning this, okay? I had this fucking picture of him slandering Shipple Dipple,
Dude.
okay? This is important. Okay, what else did I have?
I should have just died.
I got my dick sucked in a Tesla last night. Let's go.
I should have just added every fucking person that hates him right now, which is the whole internet, to the fucking call. Like, what the fuck?
I don't even hate him. I just had to be judge, jury, and executioner for DGG, but I'm nothing. I had the dude. I was gonna threaten him with my rocket launcher. Like I'm fucking.
He had a rocket launcher, dude. He was so fucking decked out for this, and Bowblax just dipped, and TurkeyTom was left with his fucking thumb up his ass. This was the greatest moment of that entire stream.
Fucking ringing his ass. Where the fuck is he? This is so stupid. Why did he leave? Did he leave the group?
I played this bit for like 20 minutes. Okay. Come on.
I put 20 minutes behind this. You think it was just 20 minutes? It was all justified by rocket launcher and my fucking Rick from Rick and Morty mask.
This is important.
I apologize to the TurkeyTom Nation. All right. Is it? Why did he leave? That was such a random.
I felt like that was important context to be had. I think everybody needed that for this video, or I would have been like I wouldn't have been doing the call a real service. I wouldn't be doing this video a real service if I wouldn't have put that in.
Situation gave one of Bowblax's favorite bully stream targets, Tipster, the opportunity.
What? Yeah, but I work at a 12:45, so I'll begin.
To give him a taste of his own medicine with this message: talk all the shit you want, but I knew you were next, and I was right. Literally everything you tried to shit on me for, you did. You're a massive effing hypocrite, and I have zero sympathy for you. You're getting a taste of your own medicine, and you have no one to blame but yourself. From this point on, things only went further downhill for Bowblax, as some old drama he was involved in would resurface and tank his reputation even further. On the 19th of September, a user on Reddit made a post highlighting some dark parts of Bowblax's time with his former gaming friend group, the Trashy Trio, reading, "The reason for posting this is to show Bowblax's current behavior is nothing new. He's always taking glee in bullying people and being two-faced. His impulses make him do terrible things to others so he can step above him." In this post, they included a number of striking claims about Bowblax and his friends bullying someone named SMT because he copied their content. Reading, "He and his friends have been harassing this person for 4 years. They made him make the video with them in hopes that they'll give him back his Twitter that they stole. They made a subreddit specifically to harass victims. Bowblax specifically asked if victim has a mental illness and is R-worded. While
Yeah, he's like, is he fucking retarded, or is he actually on the spectrum? We need to know this so I can figure out what to fucking call this Spurg monster." Like, it's so funny. Like, here's the thing, dude. Like, Bowblax went down the, like, fucking victim virtue signal rabbit hole when this is his background, bro. This is his background. Like, I love these people that now are, like, these fucking little virtue signal goblins that used to be just normal fucking internet goblins. It was like, we used to be the monsters on the internet, but now that the internet's being a monster to us, we're a little pussy bitch.
While the full video that accompanies this post is beyond the scope of this video, it's clear that Bowblax and his friends definitely engaged in some serious online harassment.
Fix your mic.
You hear us, code, yes. SMT, we know that you can fucking hear us.
Okay, there we go. My headphones cut out.
SMT, shut the fuck up. No, they didn't.
Idiot. Yes, I did.
No, they fucking didn't.
Spastic, shut up.
Okay, now answer the question then. Shut the fuck up. Give us those details.
Why do you think Sam's childish? Vent your frustration. So you can finally do streams without being quiet and mental.
Yeah.
Because he's actually put me through hell for the past 4 years.
Explain.
Go in detail.
Regardless of how poorly they treated him, SMT didn't hold a grudge and expressed it in the following comment. "Hello there, I am the SMT mentioned in this Reddit post. Now, while what they've done was wrong back in the day, a lot of this shit was 8 to 10 years ago. We've all grown up and matured since then, and we've been on good terms for a while. I don't think it's worth trying to cancel Bowblax or Chaos Bender over this. I'm long since over this now, and none of this shit is relevant or even effing matters now."
Yeah, see, I 100% agree with this. And also, like, dude, this whole fucking, like, oh, he's used the R word, or, like, he fucking said some internet words from fucking 10 years ago. So let's pile that on now. That's cringe. It does nothing. It does nothing for me. I think the more important shit is him being a little fucking hypocrite, little pussy bitch. I mean, it shows more of his hypocrisy and in like patterns of behavior that I feel like more people like Bowblax really didn't grow up from this era. He just is utilizing the more modern attack patterns instead of utilizing just calling people retarded like we used to do back in the day.
Nowadays. Over on Twitter, Bowblax was making the worst possible response to the drama, reading, "Just to let y'all know, the reason I'm blocking so much is because I'm converting my Twitter experience to specifically cater to what I need to see to make Twitter versus videos. Might unblock some people after they're done talking about me, but for now, I need to focus on my content. It didn't matter how much he betrayed people behind the scenes, or how maliciously he attacked his critics. Bowblax was incapable of understanding that he was the problem, and any apology he made was solely before performative. Nowhere was this more apparent than in his apology tweet he posted several weeks after the drama, reading, "Earlier this year, I had a mental health crisis that I let get out of control."
Jesus Christ. He's doubling down with the mental health crisis shit after he was proved categorically wrong and full of shit that he didn't have BDP. He had big dumb pussy disorder. He's always had big dumb pussy disorder. He just didn't have BPD or whatever. And or I think is it BPD or BDP or whatever. He's big dumb pussy. That's all that matters. He has that, and he doesn't have whatever this disease that made him have a mental crisis. He's just utilizing that as a shield to pivot so that he can virtue signal. I hate when people do this shit. Oh, I got it in my feelsies, and so I did some stupid shit. Yeah, dude, people do stupid shit. You fucking just say, "My bad, pimp," and move on, or just don't even make a fucking statement.
Hurting many of my friends in the process. My psychotic rant to Nick from July was the catalyst to me realizing something was horribly wrong. I felt very guilty and felt it was my responsibility to update him and let him know how things are going. I jumped to BPD and started telling Nick and others that BPD—
Yeah, it's big pussy disorder. But he has BDP, big dumb pussy disorder. That's what he has. He never had this other shit. He's utilizing it as a shield.
He was the answer, even though I didn't have confirmation from medical professionals. I'm sorry to him and others who are just trying to help me. While genuine on the surface, this apology rings hollow when you look at what Bowblax was about to do to revive his career and reputation. On the 19th—
No, the whole thing comes off as fucking, as shielding. I think it's all shielding. It's not an actual apology. It's how I can utilize that I did have a mental breakdown and also lump it in with the things that they called me out on to make me look right, but still sort of apologize, which is what a lot of these people do. They're like, how can I apologize without apologizing?
Of December 2024, Bowblax returned to streaming and tried to monetize what was left of his fanbase with a new Bowblax plushie.
Bobby is back! He's back! He's back, and he's blue.
Dude, who the fuck is buying this shit? Look how stupid this looks. You have this on your shelf, like, if somebody, like, let's say you buy this for your kid, you are destroying that kid's livelihood. You are buying a neckbeard doll for your child. If you buy this to put it behind you on a shelf, well, it just looks like you fucking, like, want to shove 80-pound tentacle dildos up your ass. That's all I'm getting from this.
So many people over the past 2 years since I launched the original Bobby plush, ever since it became kind of like a meme and a thing online with the whole H3 and Keem drama and, you know, the Bobby being on the show. So many people have asked me, how can I get a Bobby? I want a Bobby for myself.
To say Bowblax was tone deaf in this video would be a gross understatement. In his mind, Bowblax still had the influence to sell such a niche item. In reality, hardly anyone had interest in the plushie, and they failed to sell enough units to go into production. After that didn't work, Bowblax tried to restart his career the same way it ended, with controversy. By the 11th of January 2025, a throwaway Twitter account would leak images of Bowblax's Manchi OF page, and claim that they got the leaks from emails shown in one of his recent streams. The Manchi profile had a description that read, "I'm the ultimate she-male. Why settle for being hot as a girl or a guy when you can do both? Down to do anything or anyone." As you'd expect.
This is where the real downfall shows up. This is where we get cross-dressing Bowblax, bro. Let's go.
All of Bowblax's former friends were repulsed, but none of them condemned him for it and just laughed. However, that didn't stop him from trying to weaponize it against them, with a tweet that read, "I feel like I came out as non-binary at the worst time in the worst way. Happened during a mental health crisis. Gender diversity discourse online is the most volatile it's ever been, and my gender expression seems to be the least accepted."
Oh, dude, see, this is what happens. They fall into these fucking these progression victim states that is happening on the internet all the time, and they go from just like always tearing everybody down over everything, and then when they get teared down, they utilize like social movements to protect themselves. It's like, bro, you would have destroyed somebody's complete existence over something like this and had like a Twitter versus. You would have called Nicholas in, you would have called TurkeyTom, you would have made this the biggest deal in the world, but because it's happening to you and because you fucking are on a downward spiral that you can utilize as mental health crisis, you are then utilizing this as more of a shield for why people can't make fun of you, which is fucking so pathetic. It's so fucking retarded, dog.
Type, feminine with body hair. It was obvious Bowblax wanted to use his new gender identity to shield him from criticism, but no one was going to forget his vast history of lies, manipulation, and betrayals. In hindsight, everything that's happening to Bowblax right now is his own fault. He let his need for fame and validation from fans to bring out the worst in him. From his hypocritical copyright drama to his recent falling out with the commentary community, Bowblax only ever thought about his public image and channel revenue. It didn't matter if he was being a massive hypocrite in private, betraying friends, or outright bullying someone. Bowblax only cared if the public was aware of it. While it is possible that he can still have a career on YouTube, it'll take a very long time and he'll never be able to remove the stain on his reputation. Or
Since this video came out, 3 days ago, he's already lost another 1,000 subs from this. Like, his video is his channel is in harsh decline. Now, I don't want him to, like, fall off the face of the earth and just, like, fucking go the way of the dodo bird. I think that he can come back, but I don't think this fucking virtue signaling thing, I mean, all it does is make you look like a pussy, and then when people call out, you don't actually have real arguments, which, I mean, is perfect for Bowblax because he doesn't ever utilize real arguments to begin with. I mean, look at this. How Mama Max... or how a vampire cult broke your YouTube mom or YouTuber Mama Max or whatever. I'm fucking going straight retard on a beat. 3 weeks ago, dude. 3 weeks. Nobody fucking cares about this drama anymore. Like, nobody cares about Mama Max anymore. It's not something that matters. Like, you're talking about shit that does not matter anymore and putting it like an hour worth of time and effort into a video that, like, nobody gives a fuck about. Like, this was okay, this makes sense. I mean, it's topical, it's trendy, but like Chug-Economy, full drama archive, I mean, like, I don't know, dude. It just seems like he doesn't know what he's doing with his content anymore.
Disturbing images that got leaked to the internet. If you're hearing this, you've just reached the end of the video, and I wanted to give you a little reward for doing so. In the description, I've linked to my Spotify page, where I uploaded next week's video early. The video is titled YouTube's Most Infamous Deleted Videos, and it's a super interesting watch. Don't forget to follow me on Spotify, as I'm going to be posting pretty often over there.
There you guys go. There you guys go. You guys got yourself some, you can find out, like, you can see, internet anarchist shit early on, his Spotify page. But really, I think the big problem that with a lot of these people is they go down these little rabbit holes. And I'm not saying that Bowblax isn't non-binary or anything, but I think they get caught up in the sauce and they end up, like, finding out about this shit, deciding that they're gonna make that the thing their entire identity, and then buy into this victim culture bullshit. And when you buy into this victim culture bullshit, you stop having to actually work for arguments, and you just utilize whatever buzzwords or whatever victimization manipulation you can possibly throw into the fucking atmosphere, and you really don't have any actual arguments anymore because you don't have to make them. You have all these shields and all these different diversions that you can utilize to win the argument in your own mind by just, oh, you don't like me because I'm gay or whatever. And it's just fucking cringe, dude. It's fucking cringe. And it's not gonna be the saving force that saves fucking Bowblax. But that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, comment, dislike. I don't really give a shit. And I'll catch you on the next one.